Hi, welcome to your mind-body connection. My name is Xandra, and this strength class targets the entire body. So for my weights, I did grab a set of 10s and 3s, but feel free to go heavier or lighter if that works for your body today. My intention is for you to always leave our time together feeling stronger, more empowered, better in your body, more energized. And a big part of that is you listening to the wisdom of your body, honoring the feedback that it gives you in all that we do, and make any necessary adjustments. So we will get started in just a comfortable seated position. So just coming to cross-legged on your mat. So as you sit up nice and tall, inhale, stretch your arms up and over. And then exhale, right hand down, stretch your left arm all the way to the right. Now sweep your left arm forward, come all the way to the left, right arm comes up and over. And then again, just sweeping forward with the right arm now, coming back into your side stretch. And one more time to the other side. Coming through to center, all the way up, inhale, reach, lengthen. Now work into a twist to the right. Inhale, come to center. And twist over to the left. Come through to center, reach, lift. Now bring the arms back behind you, either interlace your fingers. You can also grab onto opposite elbows if that feels better. We're feeling our shoulders roll back in space, the heart open, maybe your gaze goes up. And then release, making your way to hands and knees, tabletop position. So take a moment, just make sure your shoulders are stacked above your wrist, hips are above the knees, spread the fingers really wide. Moving through our cat-cow, inhale, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, rounding, hugging navel to spine, drop your chin to the chest. Inhale, belly drops, heart lifts. Exhale, round. Start to move with your breath here, just warming up the spine, opening the shoulders and the hips. Noticing how you feel today. Let's do a couple more. Last cycle through. Now coming to a neutral position of your spine, hug low belly in and up. Lift the right leg, press the heel back behind you. Left arm draws forward, create a lot of space here. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, hug elbow to knee, round your back. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, hug into your center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug in. Just a few more. Inhale to create space. Exhale to create strength. Inhale. Exhale. Now release, switching sides, lifting your left leg up and back behind you. Make sure you're drawing navel into spine, connecting to your frontal core muscles. Right arm reaches forward. Take a moment, stabilize. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale, hug elbow to knee. Inhale, reach, create space. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, strengthen. Last two, breathing in, breathing out. Finish up your last one. And then come to your tabletop position. Take a moment, sit back into child's pose, just giving our wrists a little break there, stretching more into our hips and our shoulders. Now making your way through back to your tabletop and then taking a seat. So working into some core work now. With your feet planted, just grab onto the backs of your thighs. Inhale to lengthen your spine. Exhale, start to round back. So feeling that C-shape curve of your spine. Navel hugs back to spine. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So feeling this movement on your own now. And as you lower back, just hugging the low belly in and up, and then feeling the length of your spine as you make your way up. We'll do just a few more here. Finish out just a couple more. Already feeling a little bit more warm and strong within the body. All right, now coming up, here is where we will grab onto our weights. And then planting your feet onto your mat, we'll come into bicep curls with also hugging our knee in. So connecting to quad, hip flexor, frontal core, back strength. We want to stay nice and lifted and long through the spine as we work into our arm strength as well. Okay, so lean back just a little bit. You're coming onto your heels. And then as you hug your right knee in, bicep curl right side, lower down, switching, hug left knee in, bicep curl left arm. And we are just alternating here, doing our best to move slowly and controlled. And that often feels more challenging in our body to move into more mindful and controlled movements at that slow and steady pace. You're doing great. Keep lifting and lengthening up through the spine. Feel into all the strength that you're building. Doesn't take a lot here to really feel into the changes that we are creating together. Okay, just a few more. You got it. You're doing great. Finish up one more from right to left. Release that. Bring the soles of your feet together. Knees butterfly out. Just drop and release. Now coming all the way up, we are now working into some side abdominal work, our obliques. So creating some rotations as we come into our boat. So I'm just gonna grab one of my heavier weights, have it just at the chest. So you can have two weights if you want together or just the one. Lean back, find that point between your tailbone and your seat. This time shin bones come parallel to the mat. Now keep in mind, you can always drop the heels if you need that extra support. Take a deep breath in and then exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. So we are moving with that slower rhythm, breath and movement. So feeling into center, and then we rotate. Keep squeezing the legs together. Knees stay in together as best as you can. And you're just feeling into the rotation. We're still feeling all of that connection. Quads, hip flexors, frontal core. Back is strong here as well. And some strength for the arms as we hold the weight. All right, just a couple more. Hang in there. Let's finish out from right to left. Now release once again, soles of your feet together. Knees butterfly out. Just drop into it. Let it go. Now making our way onto our backs. Chest press with that same kind of core work that we've been connecting with. So as you come down, grabbing hold of your weights, as you lower onto the back, you'll bring your elbows out with your weights in your hands. And then lifting your shin bones parallel to your mat, tabletop within the legs. Now make that effort to press your low back into the ground. So slight tucking under of your tailbone, connecting to the full container of your core strength. Now, as we press our weights up and together in that chest press, we're tapping the heels down. And then lift the heels back up as you lower your elbows back down. All right, we are back in it. Again, slow and controlled. Isn't always easy to do. Sometimes it feels a lot harder. You are just doing the best that you can. Feeling into the heels tap down as you come into your chest press and release as you come back. We have 5 more. Last 4, 3, 2, finish out your last one. Great work. So just set your weights to the side, plant your feet, lift your hips up, bridge pose. Feel the stretch and release of all that work that you just did in your front body. Now slowly release all the way down. One more set of that. We're coming into chest press with heels tapping down, connecting to our core strength. Shin bones parallel, low back presses in, elbows out wide. And then as you lift your weights up overhead, tap the heels. Come back up with your legs and then just alternating. So it is this little bit of coordination as well of alternating what is lowering and lifting within your legs and your arms. Try to keep your low back pressing in as best as you can. Slow and controlled movements. We just have 3 more. Last 2. Last 1. And then slowly release your weights down. Bring your feet down. We are coming back to bridge. Lift, open, stretch. Now release your hips all the way back down. Let your spine return to that natural curvature for a moment. And then now draw your knees in. And if you want to rock and roll your way all the way into down dog, go for it. If you want to roll to your side, if that feels better, you can do that as well. Sometimes those spinal rocks, nice little massage for our back. And then we just come through table into our down dog. A little bit of stretching here. Pedal your feet. Let your head hang heavy. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Cleansing breath out of your mouth. Walk your feet all the way forward. Come to a forward fold just for a moment. Feel the stretch, the release. And then coming all the way up to standing. Okay, working back into our strength with our weights. So grabbing hold, we will start with cross body bicep curls. So just getting strong in your foundation. Feet are grounded, a little softening through the knees. Tailbone draws down, low belly in and up. And then taking your right arm over to the left shoulder and then bring it back down. Left over to right. So we're back in our arm strength. Again, we're not swinging the weight. We are moving in a very slow and controlled rhythm. Because we really just want to feel into the strength that we're building. We're not worried about how many of these we can do, but what is the quality that you're bringing to this practice today? Being very mindful of where you feel it the most. What feels weak? It's not a negative thing. We're here to get stronger, so we just notice without all that self-judgment. Okay, finishing out from right to left. Now coming into our chair pose for rows. So sit back into your heels, back into your hips. Back is flat, gaze is more down, and then we row it back. Row it back. So as you draw your elbows back, you're feeling the shoulder blades squeeze together. And you're just feeling into upper back strength, still working the strength for the arms and the shoulders. We just have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, take a moment, just set the weights down, shake it off. Maybe a little water for yourself, hydration. I know the breaks are short-lived. We're getting back into it. Now working into our arm and shoulder strength a little bit differently this time. So rather than those cross-body biceps, we're hugging the elbows in, weights are facing forward, and then you're working your elbows out and down. So this also gets into our traps as well. And we're just feeling our way through it. Remember, I am just your guide. You are the best teacher. Your body has so much wisdom that threads through it. So we really need to be mindful, right? Can you go heavier? Do you need to go lighter? Do you need to drop the weights for some of these exercises? It's all good. We're here to get stronger, and we have to be patient as we work into our strength. All right, just a couple more. You're doing great. Last one. Okay, coming back into that chair position, sitting back into the heels, bending into the knees. Now we're coming into back flies. So your weights come together, a little bend to your elbows, and then you draw back, out and back. Back in it, feeling strong. So just noticing the difference between your rows and your back flies. Where do you feel it now? Keep your spine long, weight shifting back into the heels. Soften your gaze at one point. Keep giving yourself those little pep talks. We're here for just 3, 2, and 1. Okay, take a little break with your weights. Shake it out, let it go. Notice how you feel. Okay, we have one more of these little sets. We are now doing an overhead press with our weights. So go ahead and grab hold, bring your arms out, and then just overhead press. So feeling into slow and controlled. You're still maintaining that strength of your core to help support you here. Feeling the warmth, the challenge. I am definitely feeling it in the arms. Almost there. We just have 3, 2, and 1. Finish out strong. Okay, for this last chair, upper back, shoulder arm work, we were doing a combo of a row and a back fly. So as you come into it, we start with our row, and then we back fly. Row it back, back fly. So you can always even sit a little bit deeper if you want in your chair, if you're not feeling challenged enough. We are almost done with this work. We're going to do some isolated leg strength here in just a moment. Finish out your last few. Last one. All right, let those weights go. And now we are going to isolate some of our leg strength. So you can keep your hands at your hips for this, hands to heart center, whatever feels best. So as we come into this next one, we are keeping our right leg where it is the entire time and just moving our left leg. So starting in the center of our mat space, coming into a squat, stepping forward into a lunge, back into the squat, and then stepping back into a lunge. So I'll show you first before we get started, just so you have a visual for it. So we come into that squat, upper body stays lifted, step forward, bend your back knee, step back, lunge. And then we step back with the left, bend into it, and step forward. So it is a balancing act too, okay? Let's get to it. So stand up nice and tall, find your focal point. We come to that squat first, then step forward, lunge, step back, squat, step back with the left, lunge, forward, squat. All right, we're feeling it. Doing our best to work through this strength for our legs. Okay, we have just a few more on this side. Let's do one more. Stepping the left foot forward, back knee comes down, squat. Step your left foot back, back knee down. Come to center. Okay, switching sides. So we come into the center of our mat. Left leg is now in that strong standing position the entire time. Okay, squat down. Step your left foot forward. Lunge. Squat down. Step your right foot back. Bend your back knee in that lunge. Forward. Squat. All right. Again, just doing our best to balance our way through it. It's up to you how deeply you're bending your back knee as well. We are almost there. Just a few more. Last one. Finish out with that squat, and we are pulsing. Feeling this last little bit of burn here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Now we are working into our side lunges with lateral raises. So for these, I do go lighter. I'm just gonna grab my 3s. If you have any vulnerability in your shoulders, I do recommend going lighter for these. And so what this is gonna look like, we start in that center space again. And as we step out, we come into our raise. And then we switch sides, coming into it, okay? So let's get to it. I'm gonna move these a little bit further up. Okay, starting in the center, weights to the chest. And we'll start by stepping out. Let's go right first. So step out to the right. As you come to that lunge, your arms come out. Lateral raises as we lunge. And again, we are not trying to quickly get through it, okay? Slow and controlled. You're keeping your back flat as you come in to that lower side lunge. Okay, we just have a few more. Finishing out. And release. Let your weights go. We'll do a quick cardio burst now. So cardio health is so important for us. As you come into it, we do want that fast-paced mentality. So how many can you do in the time that we're doing it? So I'll show you first. We are doing our jump squats. Okay, if that starts to feel like too much for the knees or the ankles, you can always come out to the side rather than hopping through it, okay? Let's get after it. Ready? And begin. So you're alternating what hand comes down as you squat down. And we're just giving it our all, about 30 seconds each. You're doing so good. Stay with it. Again, how many can you try to do now in the last 10 seconds? And finish out. Okay, little moment, rest, do what you need to do. We just have one more. Notice that quicker heart rate. If it ever feels like too much, just take a breath, take a rest if you need that instead. But if you're ready to get back into it, let's do it. And this is it. We're coming down to the mat afterwards. We're in it together. You're doing great. I'm feeling it right along with you. Just 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let it go. Try to deepen the breath. Bring down the heart rate. Now we are coming down onto our mat. And we're going to work Just a little bit more strength, then you're done. Doing so great. Stay with it. Give yourself that motivation. Remember your why for showing up today. All right, so we are either going to be in plank pose for this, or if it feels better to be on your forearms, you can as well. You can even interlace your fingers. But we're coming into some glute and hamstring engagement and strength. Feel into that connection to your core. We are alternating, lifting our legs. So starting with the right, lift up as high as you can, lower, lift the left, lower. So you're feeling into your glutes and your hamstrings, engaging and strengthening here as you lift the leg as high as possible. We're not here for too much longer. We will rest for a moment and then do one more. You just have one more from right to left. Release, either child's pose or sit back onto your heels. Maybe your heart rate is still pretty elevated. I know mine is. It's all good. You're getting healthier. You're getting stronger. Okay, one more. This is how we finish, my friends. So feeling into full body strength, really, right? Shoulders, core, legs, everything turned on. Now we'll start with the left side. So lifting left leg up, lower, right up, and lower. So you're trying to find lightness when you bring your foot back down. Slow and controlled as we work into it. We're almost there. Doing one more, finishing out left to right. Then release. Give some love and gratitude to your body for all that it does for you every single day to keep you healthy and strong and moving through your life. And some love and gratitude to your mind for making this commitment, for showing up to fill your cup, to feel better within your mind and your body. Now we are making our way to seated. Just a few stretches here. So coming back onto your seat, just cross your right ankle above your left knee, seated pigeon, working your chest closer towards your shin. Maybe your eyes close down here. Keep slowing down your breath. Take one more deep inhale. Full exhale. And release, switching sides. So left ankle above the right knee, lift through the heart, lengthen your spine, relax the shoulders. Maybe you're visualizing your breath moving into your hips. Stretch it out. Now release. Make your way forward, downward facing dog. We'll take a cleansing breath here, in through the nose, out of your mouth. Walk your feet all the way forward. Come into your standing forward fold. Now bend a little bit more into your left knee, left hand down, right arm opens up as you twist, and make a fist with your right hand and just roll out your wrist. Now release down, bend into the right knee, right hand down, left arm high. Make your fist and roll it out. Now release down, come all the way up to standing. Reach the arms up and over, right hand to the nape of the neck, grab hold of your elbow, and then stretch over to the left. Come through center, hand to the nape of the neck, grab onto your left elbow and stretch to the right. Come back up, reach the arms, interlace all fingers, press the palms up, take a deep breath in, and then round forward as you exhale, stretching into your upper back. And release, let it go. Amazing work today. Thank you so much for joining me for your strength practice. Have a great rest of your day.